everything your mind tells you. Another distorted thinking habit is labeling. This can be when you attach a description to ourselves or to others. I'm sure you know what I mean. You do it frequently, don't you? Before we get into the labels, it should be said that as human beings, part of our inevitable makeup is that we do things that we regret. We make mistakes, fail to achieve what we go for, make bad decisions, criticize people, and etc. The key to everything is our own self talk. When we concentrate on criticizing our behavior, we are criticizing an isolated incident that has no reflection on our worth as a whole person. When we start using terms like failure, loser, stupid, hopeless, or incompetent, it can prove to be self-fulfilling as it discourages further activity. Actions follows thoughts. Remember? Actions follows thoughts. Remember? Language like this, when used about you by others or by you in your own self-talk, can cause problems, especially if a person is suffering from low self-esteem. This applies to other people as well as ourselves. The labeling tends to trigger emotions such as shame, guilt, anxiety, and even depression, as well as assigning terms to ourselves even though it is wrong to define a complex persons through isolated behavior. Still we label other people. So other people may be useless, inconsiderate, no good, and etc. For example, the manager I work for is a real bitch. This may feel anger and resentment, leads to a waste of precious mental and nervous energy, affects our interpersonal relationships. What we ought to be doing is trying to separate a person's behaviors from the person as a whole. It's not the character of the person that is causing us problems. Usually it's our thinking about them or their certain behavior which is causing problem. Only by recognizing this can we feel motivated to try and improve the relationship by communicating in a different way. Some labels may be a hangover from the childhood days. They may have been attributed to you by other children or parents or other authority figures. Equally, you may have heard terms that stuck with you and you find yourselves using them, if not on yourself, on others, on many occasions. It's important to remember that labels are abstractions and inevitably inaccurate. When label yourself, other people, or any events in a negative way, these emotionally charged words produce negative feelings that may stifle you and also stir you in the direction of engaging in adverse behavior. Emotionally laden labels applied to other people on the basis of one or two misdemeanors can cause friction. Is someone really is what you are labeling them as they are generally? Think about this fact. Their actions might have ignited your perception about them, but he or she objects to the whole being. That is their whole identity. So next time if you are considering to label someone, just think that it's your perception about the person, not exactly what the person might be as a whole. And this is where lies the huge chance for you to bridge gap with that person simply by changing your perception about the person as a whole and having a clear conversation and understanding. Equally, we apply labels to ourselves. I am worse than pathetic, I am useless, and etc. Statements like this often have a deliberating effect on the mind. Except that you behaved in a pathetic way or performed a task in a substandard fashion or did something bad. Consider all this as a single action of yours. Separate what you did from the self. Move on. If you don't, The mind can't work on improvement. So it's in your hand. I'm again and again telling that it's in your hand to take charge of your own thoughts, take charge of your own deeds, and change it for your own betterment. And I'm sure you can do it. You just have to keep trying. And after a few tries, I'm sure you can do it. It's doable. I have done it, and I know many of my students have done it too.